This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the first edition of the MCTV Weekday Update for the fall semester. I'm Roxie Bustamante.
And I'm Kierra Powell. We begin with sad news today. Jan Tillery, a Texas Tech alum and wife of former Texas Tech President Guy Bailey, died Sunday after a long illness. She was 63. Tillery was from Slayton and earned a bachelor's degree in English and journalism in 1974. She went on to earn a PhD at Oklahoma State and enjoyed a 26-year career teaching high school and college. Guy Bailey was president of Texas Tech from 2008 to 2012. Services will be held here on campus at the Kent R. Hance Chapel. We don't yet have a date or time.
In other news, Texas Tech is one of the best colleges in the West. We knew that, but now it's official. The Princeton Review named Tech as one of the top institutions in 15 states from Texas to Alaska. About 1 in 4 U.S. colleges made the list. There were 124 in the western states. We're in good company. The list includes UCLA, USC, Arizona State, Caltech, UT Austin, OU, and Texas A&M. Princeton based the ratings on everything from how easy it is to talk with a professor to the quality of food. You can probably count on some good food at Texas Tech tailgates this fall.
Yes, you can. The Texas Tech Activities Boards host Raidergate at home games all season with food, music, and much more. You can get your Raidergate tickets starting today. Emily Pellegrini has that story.
Tech Activities Board President Austin Ryder said students have been picking up their Raidergate tailgating passes since early this morning.
So Raidergate is a student tailgate, essentially, and it's run by the Tech Activities Board. And we bring a Texas country, it's usually a Texas country artist, and we set up a huge stage and they'll play. And it's just a place for students to come tailgate and for everybody to come together before the game and to have a good time.
For some students, the tailgating party is better than the football game itself. Starting at 2 p.m. on Saturday, the R1 parking lot will open for tailgating, featuring the Joey Green Band as shown in this YouTube video. Performances later on this season include William Clark Green, 6 Market Boulevard, and Tyler and the Tribe. Passes were distributed starting at 7 a.m. today, and in just 4 hours, over 50% of the 350 passes had already been given out. For more information on how to obtain a pass, visit the TAB office on the west side of the Student Union Building basement.
Raidergate is such a fun way to kick off the game. Did you make it over to Dallas to see their Raidergate before the SMU game?
I did not, but I wish I had. Cliff Kingsbury and the boys really put on a show at SMU, and that wasn't the only thing on tap in athletics. Sydnee Gatewood is live in the Sports Center with a look at the game. Sydnee?
Thanks, ladies. The first week of school for Texas Tech students is in the books. You can say the same for Tech athletics. Red Raider Volleyball held their season opening weekend on the road on Friday. Texas Tech fell to Seattle 3-0 in the Wildcat Invitational, but the Red Raiders rebounded later that day in a 3-0 sweep against UC Riverside. To close out the weekend, Texas Tech earned their second W, taking down Grand Canyon 3-1. To top it off, Saturday's victory marked head coach Don Flores' 300th career win.
The 301 was the most important of the weekend, beating Weber State, and we played with incredible passion. We flew around, we competed, we were physical, we took over the game physically and emotionally. And so that was really important, being 3-1 and coming home with a co-championship of that tournament. 300 just means I'm old. I've just been around and been blessed with a lot of friends who are my assistant coaches who are coaching around the country. Been very blessed with great players. So that's more of a, one of those markers in the sand, but being 3-1 was huge.
Major congrats to Don Flora on reaching that milestone. And as you mentioned, Texas Tech football is also back in action. Cliff and company made their debut Friday night in Dallas against SMU, and the Red Raiders did not disappoint. Texas Tech trampled the Mustangs 41-23, scoring 21 of their points in the fourth quarter. Baker Mayfield, now remember that name because he's now on the watch list. Mayfield threw for 413 yards and 4 touchdowns in Friday night's game. The walk-on true freshman is this week's Big 12 Offensive Player of the Week.
I mean, he started from the bottom, and my hat's off to him. He's not a real walk-on player, had some scholarship offers, and for whatever reason, at the end they filled up and he fell through the cracks. But 67 touchdowns in high school and 8 interceptions in a state championship. He's the real deal. I really appreciated the way the team embraced the coaching staff, and I wanted them to get this first one because it's not easy. When you have a coaching change and you come in, it's completely different than what they're accustomed to, but they bought in, worked their butts off, and so I was just really proud for them to get this first one.
Red Raiders soccer has been on a roll for a few weeks now. They entered last weekend undefeated and ranked nationally at number 23. Texas Tech defeated Idaho State 3-0 Friday night, but the Raiders got their first loss of the season, falling to Long Beach State 3-2 on Sunday. Texas Tech will continue their 5-game homestand this Friday against Cal State Fullerton. That's it for sports. Looking forward to a couple of home football games over the next 2 weeks. Back to you.
Thank you, Sydnee. We had pretty nice weather for the Labor Day weekend.
Yes, we did, but we're in for some changes. Let's take a look at our MCTV live tower cam. Right now it's sunny and warm. We'll have highs in the low 90s.
We'll hit mid-90s tomorrow and Thursday, but look for lows in the mid-60s. It's already starting to cool off a bit at night.
Hopefully it'll last into this weekend's game. That's it for today's edition of MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks for stopping by, and look for more news every afternoon here on ttuhub.net. See you tomorrow.